My poetic memoir, Brown Girl Almighty, is officially 1 year old, and I am so grateful to have had such a miraculous year in publication so far. I've sold hundreds of copies of my book and was blessed with the opportunity to have my very first book signing at Cheris Books and More, and it was such a beautiful celebration of 8 years of hard work, persistence, and dedication to my truth. And if you would like to support Brown Girl Almighty, check out my website to purchase my book, check out my upcoming events and retreats, book a one-on-one session with me, and just see what else I got going on and coming up in the future. Despite my lack of showing up on social media and especially YouTube, I hope that you all continue to support me beyond my social media presence, because there is so much more that I have been actively offering to the world, and I would definitely love for you all to be there. So thank you very much for tuning in and for your support.
She received her education at North Carolina A&T State University, where she reigned as a poet laureate of the 2019-2020 school year. After taking a leap of faith, she dropped out to document her healing journey. Her authenticity has taken her far, and her passion for creating community has inspired a string of events, ceremonies, and spiritual retreats worldwide. She finds joy in connecting with others and helping them see the world in a new way. Y'all give it up for Trinity.
Thank y'all for being here. My name is Trinity. I am a Gemini Stellium, an esoteric student of life, co-creator of Safe Space and Sacred Healing, and I wrote a book. Yeah. It took me like 8 years to write a book. I remember the day that this idea came into, well, it was gifted to me, to be honest. I had wrote my first real poem and performed it on stage at my high school, and my assistant principal approached me the next day and she was like, I really liked your poem, like you should write a book. And she just said it like it was like so simple, like a simple task that I could like just do all of a sudden. And so therefore I took her advice, and yeah, I didn't think it'd be 8 years, but divine timing. The first chapter of this is Brown, and it talks about my childhood and developing as a Black girl in this society and starting to conceptualize that and figure out what that's supposed to mean for me navigating this matrix, and the trauma that comes with that, to be honest with you. This is called I Want to Know Her Name. They found what was left of her in the woods in January 2012. She was all bones. Scattered amid the white snow, I imagine that in her final moments she stared at the sky, praying that a shooting star would wish her out of an inevitable death. I hope the sky was beautiful that night. I hope it shined just for her. Did you know that Black girls are more likely to go missing and still less likely to be found? My obsession with true crime developed out of self-protection. I needed to know what to do if I was ever in their position, because Black girls don't get Amber Alerts or search parties or names on headstones. Did you know that in the country you can still see the stars? The night sky is a mirage of cosmic energy. The speed of light travels beyond our comprehension. Light rays take thousands of years to dance across the galaxy, and if you blink for just one moment, you will miss what was right in front of you. She was right in front of you. In the country town of Opelika, Alabama, with a population of only 28,000, but no one knows her name. If this were the 60s, you'd see her face on a milk carton, or not. When Black girls go missing, they never get a cover story. Just an unmarked grave and no one to claim as our own. I would love to tell you her name, but no one knows it. And what a way to prove my point, that when we go missing, it is a privilege to have a name y'all can turn into a hashtag. Sometimes my fear of not being able to protect our murdered girls triumphs my fear of becoming one. Time has a funny way of ticking when you are constantly a target. And I was told not to write this poem as if I am a missing girl. But isn't that the point? That 1 minute I could be here and the next become a have you seen me ad? Do you know what it's like to lose your grip on reality? To have it slip through your fingers like gravity? Sometimes my walk home feels like the difference between life and death. Sometimes I get so cold, I think my shadow has found a warmer body to follow. And isn't that just like a black girl? To go missing without a trace, to have people hashtag our names, but never actually look for us. I'm gonna read, This Is What Makes Us Girls is one of my favorite poems to read. Please feel free to react. Please, whether it's a laugh, whether it's a shocking gasp, whether it's anything, please, I feed off of it. This is called This Is What Makes Us Girls. The bad girl introduces me to Pierce the Veil in the 8th grade. I am outcast, bullied, a little insecure, but highly fashionable. This is not a tale about depression. It's about friendship, about girl power being a canon event in all of our storylines. I refuse to tell you about how our relationship was bad without also telling you how it was good. At the start of 8th grade, we made vision boards out of composition notebooks, ripped bold words, pop stars, and duck lips out of magazines and glued them down with Elmer's. Tiana was the only kid in class unfazed by what Vogue and Elle had to offer. She came to school the next day and her notebook was a mirage of teen angst. Black, white, gray, red. I didn't know her at the time, but I wanted to. As an emerging poet, I was captivated by inspirational quotes. So when she shows me her notebook, I read it with enthusiasm. Everything spoke to my heart about being a misfit, but I had never heard of any of the authors. Bring Me the Horizon, Sleeping with Sirens, Black Veil Brides. Right before I could ask her what this was, my eyes landed on the one. Maybe I'll pretend right now, but I swear to God, I'm gonna change the world. Pierce the Veil. My finger slammed onto her notebook. What is this? That's Pierce the Veil. It's a band, and you should listen to them. And from that point on, Tiana and I were inseparable. We listened to Lana Del Rey and fantasize about moving to California. We talk about the boys we want to marry like Ali Sykes and Jada Smith while crying over the ones who ignored us in high school. Tiana used to skip school to smoke cigarettes with the white kids while I take notes and fill her in on everything she missed. After school, we'd take Tumblr pictures in tight skinny jeans and snapbacks and edit galaxies behind us. 2013 was a completely different world. Tiana and I were obsessed with being in love and let the worst things influence how we viewed it. Evan Peters in season 1 of American Horror Story. Lana Del Rey's Ultraviolet's album. Tumblr posts that said shit like, you can't love someone unless you love yourself first. Bullshit. I've never loved myself. But you, oh God, I loved you so much I forgot what hating myself felt like. Tiana taught me how to steal, and I let the habit consume me for months. I'd slip whatever I could into my purse in any convenience store. Most of the stuff I didn't even want. I was just looking for the thrill and maybe the attention. Almost everything I did was a cry for help, but I loved embodying a bad girl. Here is where I could be loud and rambunctious in my own quiet and devious way. I could sneak high school flings into my bed when no one was home, flirt with the people at work, and fuck the pizza delivery guy. Tiana inadvertently taught me how to lie. She was so bad at it that I became good, saw exactly what not to do. So when my mom asked why the window screen was completely ripped open, it was not because I went out last night to fuck Justin in the backseat of his Honda Civic. It's been ripping for a few months. The storm last night must have had its way. Sometime between my first and second year in high school, Tiana and I's friendship started to fade. Once, she woke my mom at 6 a.m. by accidentally knocking on my little brother's window. Tiana woke me that morning in a manic state about the shit show that was her life. My mom's frustration grew. She didn't understand why I kept her around given how much trouble she was. Our friendship was based on being teen girls who had all the emotions in the world but no one to relate to. We saw ourselves in each other and nurtured that for better or worse. I was short-tempered, sexually repressed, had daddy issues, and she struggled with substance abuse, self-harm, and raising all her siblings while trying to find ways to escape herself. We loved each other despite. Tiana gifted me a used dildo she'd stolen from her granddad on my 16th birthday. It was full of caffeine pills. That night, she brought weed to my Sweet 16 and smoked it with our classmates. And my mom was livid, vowed that the bad girl could not come around anymore. And 3/4 of me agreed, but I still felt this unique connection with Tiana. She couldn't have been that bad if she introduced me to Percival. If she kept me smiling after 3 years of an on and off friendship. And who's to say I wasn't as bad as her? Perhaps my mother's disdain for Tiana was to disguise her confusion for the teenager I'd become. Because who am I if not a bad girl too? I've sought thrills in the most dangerous places, alone at night in the streets of downtown Atlanta, in the hands of strange men, in rooms with women who hate themselves more than they hate me. In her book, Communion, Bell Hooks says, women who suppress their own unique gifts in the interest of being dutiful daughters, wives, and mothers are often filled with rage. So ode to the bad girl for being an imperative part of my story, for introducing me to new things to love about life, for showing me girlhood and celebrity crushes, the color black, and white people music, for finding a lot to love in 13-year-old me. So this poem is after Karen Carbo, who is the author of the book In Praise of Difficult Women. My cousin says that I am a difficult woman. Therefore, I wrote a poem in praise of difficult women. When my uncle shames me for telling my 14-year-old how to use a tampon, I realize that he is afraid of periods. Maybe the blood is what disturbs him. He panics at the mess it leaves and then tells me that I have to have kids, that our bloodline must continue. He always speaks in hypocrisy. My uncle is the type to whoop his daughter and then turn around and tell her to never let a man put his hands on her, but I am the one who is difficult. When my father calls me a bitch for disagreeing with him, I must remember that this is how he likes his women. Submissive, sunny side up, ready to stroke his ego. Any aspect of me that angers him is just a reminder of himself. The men in my family listen better when I am silent, so I never shut the fuck up. I've had 18 years worth of pacifism and gaslighting, 2 worth of rage and unlearning, and a forever of healing and acceptance. The irony is how they taught me to be everything I am not, said to sit up straight and be a young lady. I couldn't even get comfortable in them hard-ass church pews before someone yelled at me to close my legs. They taught me that I was the problem, the reason I'd be raped and assaulted. And the craziest part is, they almost had me with that bullshit. I used to believe that I liked to play with glass. Fixing broken boys felt like second nature. I never wanted kids, but I sure did mother those niggas. Sure did make space for them to make a home out of me. The common belief is that girls tend to date boys like their fathers, so am I to blame mine? Jeremiah, the weeping prophet, the one that convinced me God made woman from man's rib, as if I didn't fucking come first, as if I shouldn't always come first. I find it hard to believe that I was only created for the benefit of someone else. And I don't need the men in my family to agree. They only believe that the black woman is the most disrespected person in America when it comes out a man's mouth. So do you listen better when I am silent? Do you even listen at all? I am currently expounding upon other literary creations, and one of those requires some audience participation. So I'm currently writing a fantasy anthology with 13 other writers of color, and it is going to be a extravagant thing. I had a very divine vision from it from my ancestors, and I foresee us all sitting in community, getting to know each other, channeling these stories from a higher source, and creating an anthology. And in a year, we will go to Morocco for a 7-day retreat to celebrate the creation of the book. And if anyone is interested, you can find out more about it on browngirlalmighty.com/submissions. Someone give me a number 120 to 158.
21.
That's what? Yo, all of your numbers have been below like what I'm asking This is Almighty, and Almighty is what I consider to be the God chapter, because this is the part that took the longest to write, and it developed after my psychedelic experience, after my journey introspectively, and therefore to the whole entire world and my place in it. So I'm gonna read God I Am. I'm obsessed with past lives and reincarnation and things of that sort. So, when I die, do not tell the kids I'm in heaven. Instead, show them an image of a circle and point out all the places that it does not stop. Tell them that this is what it means to occupy a body. Our soul undergoes different life cycles, and I just so happen to be done with this one. For I am not dead. I am alive in even more aspects than before. There will be no tales about a white man dying from my vices. No story about the eternal search for a God that is outside of me. Tell the kids I went into a canal similar to the one we come out of. Tell them I was greeted by beings I've known for eons. Describe a vortex filled with colors never before seen by the human eye. Tell them I am both here and somewhere else. The breeze on the back of your neck, the everything on a bagel, all the hairs you shave away that keep growing back, for I am God. But do not worship me. For what is God but not a mirror of both you and me? I do not dream of an eternal white paradise filled with those from my past life. That sounds boring. Where is the soul's progression if we never learn our lessons? I dream of experiencing all sides of the spectrum, embodying every archetype that begat the universe until I exhale new galaxies that begat the universe. For there is so much more to discover in life after death. You can follow me on Instagram at Ethereal Trinity. If you need help spelling that, that's the real Ethereal Trinity. And browngirlalmighty.com is where all my stuff is at. So thank y'all.
Thank y'all so much for watching to the end of this video. It is greatly appreciated and deeply felt. If you want to purchase a copy of Brown Girl Almighty, you can do so on browngirlalmighty.com. Currently, all of the copies are discounted because my printer sent me a few defective copies. A few of them have blemishes on the front of the covers. So if that's cool with you, you can go ahead and take advantage of the little sale that I have going on right now. Also, if you are a literary agent, or if you know somebody who is, or if you know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody, please let me know, because I have been ready to expand even further. I really want to go on a book tour. I'm working on publishing my next books that are in the works. I am just eager to expand my website, expand my presence, do more public speaking engagements, all kinds of things, y'all. And I'm just taking advantage of all the opportunities that come my way. So if you got some, or if you know somebody who does, please send them my way. It is greatly appreciated. You can email me at trinity@browngirlalmighty.com. Don't forget, it's browngirlalmighty.com. Forever, always, until the end of my days, and even beyond when I reach the grave.